if you look at nutrition, now nutrition is a very vast subject, and if we try to get into details, we may need a couple of days or weeks to discuss it, but I'm just going to give you a few pointers which are very important. When you are looking at nutrition, and especially now, when you are worried about things going wrong, very soon, let's see what we can do. One thing is aim at being an optimal family, which means a family who has optimal weight. That means a lean family. Okay? You should make eating right a family mission. When I say it should be a family mission, it is something you need to discuss with your spouse and your children. Everybody should be on the same page. Your children too, to the extent they understand, should understand what they are doing now, why some things they do are wrong, and what if they eat a little better, what will be the advantage. If you actually break it down to science, give them a little bit of information, children are willing to understand and learn. Let's remember that we all have to eat the right carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Understand which is a good carbohydrate for you, which is a good protein and a good fat. Just to give you an example, whole grains are always better. So eating a brown rice or an unpolished rice over white rice, eating a whole wheat bread or a multigrain bread over a white bread, this is what we mean by choosing and eating the right carbohydrates. If this is what is available at home and this is what is bought, this is what our children will eat. Again, today, fats, they say the culprit in our diet is not the oil or fat, but it is the sugar. But let's do everything in moderation. This is my belief, because there was a lot of write-up of the goodness of coconut oil and the goodness of ghee, and some people have been like literally drinking gallons of it. I would say please go slow, because we don't know what we're going to be saying about this after 5 to 6 years. So in moderation is important. Teach your children to eat and vegetables and fruits which give them the phytoproteins. Teach them to have the superfoods like all your nuts and because these things are going to help them to get the vitamins and minerals they want. Start young. Eating right should be from the time a child is very young. Teach your children to eat frequent small meals rather than eating large meals. And let's not forget the importance of breakfast. Everybody knows breakfast is probably the most important meal in a child. And lastly, for a beginning, or for the beginner who's trying to get into good nutrition, just understand what's not good for you, what you should not buy. Suppose you buy a packet of chips or you buy something, look at the ingredients, and you should be able, looking at the ingredients, decide, is this good for me or not. I'll just give you 3 things which you should remember today to avoid, and you will learn many more as you read about it. The 3 things are anything with a trans fat, anything which has fructose, and anything which has a coloring agent. It will be depicted as a green hashtag with a number. You can teach this to your children also. So you give them a packet of Lay's chips or whatever and tell them, now look at the ingredients, and your child will tell you, a 6 or 7-year-old, Mama, this has trans fat, I don't think we should buy it. So learn to be smart when you're shopping, to know what you need to avoid. So you can choose, and it is definitely possible to make good eating habit a mission of the family. And one thing I think we have all learned in the last 14 to 15 months is there is nothing impossible today. We have all got to doing things which seemed impossible. So learning to eat healthy too is going to be easy for each and every one. Yeah, now I was talking about sleep. We all know sleep is very important. I'm sure every parent knows that, every parent understands that. And creating a sleep routine in children is very, very important. In fact, as pediatricians, we tell parents that introduce sleep routine, or which we call as sleep hygiene, when your kids are a few months old. When they can start, like maybe after 6 months, when they don't wake up for their night milk, you can start getting kids to get into bed on time. It's very important that your child gets enough sleep. Now over here we have shown how many hours of sleep children need at different age groups. Again here, I think every parent try to see what is the age of your child, and just see how much of sleep your child should get. Now, this is a range like 10 to 13, 9 to 12. You can take the midpoint as your value if you want, and just see for yourself whether your child is getting enough sleep or not. And I am sure that at least 50% of you will tell us that your child is not sleeping well. This is an extremely common problem in Indian homes, and I think all of us can understand why. See, as a community, Indians, we are very social, and most of our homes, if you agree, is generally very quiet through the day. But towards the evening, after 5 and 6, our homes are very vibrant. That's when everybody comes in home, children are back from school, parents are back from work, the TV is on, some music is on, and there's a lot of activity. So in the process of all this activity, children don't go to sleep. But we know our children need this sleep. So winding down as the sun sets and getting our children ready to get into bed is extremely important. A note for parents and fathers especially who come in late from work. Yes, I know every father wants to give his son or daughter the good night kiss or tell him a story or play with him for a while. But when you do that, you're eating into his sleep routine or into his sleep time. And anyway, your child has to get up in the morning for his routine of school, whether it is classroom or online. So we should not be depriving them of the sleep. You can make your bonding time the morning time. Wake up early as a family. If everybody wakes up early and has an hour or two before the child needs to get on to either an online class or go to school, you can bond with your child, you can get some physical activity with him, you can sit and have a good breakfast with him. So it's only a win-win situation. We need to alter our interactions with our children so that they get sufficient sleep. So I think when you improve the sleep and you improve their food, you are definitely going to improve their immunity, overall immunity.